It's been a while since I have hopped on Wuthering Waves since I'm busy playing 2 other MMO, but my god, I finally got the chance to experience the 2.2 patch, and this patch is absolutely peak. To say this is the greatest gacha patch of all time would be not wrong. We got a brand new super hot mummy character this patch, a brand new story that is absolutely so peak, that is way more peak than any other gacha game story I've ever played, a brand new beautiful hot mummy characters, a brand new playable element for the main characters rover, the arrow element, and finally of course the super gorgeous hot mummy characters. Ah man, look at that smile. This character is absolutely so gorgeous that I just had to go buy her cosplay right away so I can see her in real life. Before the tariffs hit in America anyway. Katarina is one of the most beautiful character design I've ever seen in any gacha game. She has a very good personality that's not overly on top. It's not like she's like super obsessed with the main character's rover or anything. It just feels like she's like a simple, humble maiden. Her gameplay is really fun and it's very flashy. It is very stylish with all the jellyfish and going in and out and stuff like that. Overall, this is a very good design character. She has her place in story. It is not very fan serving and stuff like that, but yet she's very gorgeous. My god. But of course, the main point of Wu 2.2 is the story, and my god, the story absolutely peaked it. The journey of discovering the secret of Renacida was absolutely amazing to follow. We follow Rover into this temple to undiscover the secret of Renacida, and what I really like about this story is that it is very immersive. Instead of just going through a bunch of dialogue and explaining what happened, it feels like the game is actively trying to guide you through the underground temple, the ancient temple, to show you what happened. Not only is the aesthetic incredibly pleasing, but I really like how the game's actively trying to involve you into the scenery, then just tell you what happened in some storybook, unlike the other game. The new ancient temple feels like a Zelda dungeon. It feels like a really well-rounded dungeon where your objective is to piece together a puzzle within the dungeon by shifting the gravity around to make a clear path so that you can reach the end goal. Seeing how the dungeon continues to shapeshift as you unlock and break through more checkpoints is absolutely super amazing. It is saying that the dungeon is building a path for you to move forward and stuff like that. Going around and finding as well as collecting keys element like the sword in the dungeon feels really good. It feels like you're making continued progress to actually unlock something by, collecting all the keys, collecting all the sword. Once again, this heavily reminds me of Legend of Zelda Dungeon, which is absolutely great. I absolutely love Legend of Zelda Dungeon, and this exactly feels like that. And then on top of that, of course, exactly the ability to fly around really help you explore the temple, and it really helped convey the story of how there's this old ancient temple with hidden sword, hidden keys in it, and you're supposed to just go and find all of them to unlock the final greatest power, which is of course the greatest boss. And of course, when you finally reach the end goal, you're met with a absolutely cinematic, super cool boss fight against the, well, spoiler. This fight is absolutely flashy. It is a very good aesthetic. It is a very well done boss fight, and I really liked it. Of course, the most important aspect of this fight is that you're finally able to unlock the third element of rover power, the arrow rover. And I really like that how they incorporated unlocking new element into the story. So it makes you feel like when you're doing the story, your characters continue to progress, you continue to gain new power and stuff like that. This is one of the biggest aspects I like that about Legend of Zelda type dungeon, because as you progress through the dungeon, you're able to gain powerful items that will help you progress throughout the dungeon as well as in the future of the game, like the Gale Boomerang. It just feels really incredibly rewarding because your character is growing stronger throughout the story, so you're rewarded with more than just plot. Well, of course, there's the other plot as well. But overall, this fight is done really well. I really like the mechanics they have introduced in this fight, all the dodging and stuff like that, cinematic. And of course, finally, when you are all done, you're rewarded with a brand new 5-star weapon. Considering how Rover has been pulling out sword left and right throughout the main story, I was so curious if we're gonna be able to keep that sword, and it looked like they did reward the player at the end with the 5-star weapon that you can get for free. I really like this approach because it feels like it's tying gameplay, exploration, as well as story all together in one thing, and they blend seamlessly together really well. The story is really amazing, and you're able to explore to learn more about the story in the ancient temple, and of course you're rewarded with a really incredible boss fight, your incredible power-ups for Rover, an incredible 5-star weapon at the very end for people who are a little more into the gameplay side of stuff. In the very end, I think Wuthering Waves 2.2 patch is just the peak of gacha game. It is not like a super long dragged out story like Fontaine in Genshin Impact, but yet it is still incredible. In fact, I would even say it's more incredible than the other gacha games. Peak!